Okay, if you already memorized the verse number 1, just type in the chat your name and just send it.
Verse number 1. No, not.
Okay, I see
I don't remember
Karthika.
it.
Okay, Karthika send it. Okay, very good. Rita Gopal.
I don't remember it.
Okay.
I don't remember either.
Lakshay, Namamishwari. Okay, Soma, she did. Okay, excellent. How about others? Ananya, you also did?
You're not paying attention here, Goran.
I don't remember it.
Okay, so the verse number 1, and did you get the homework yesterday?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, please spend some time. If you have not already spent some time, please spend some time and memorize it. Okay, we're going to see verse number 2 today. So before that, I just want most of you to complete it. Okay, so we'll start with the verse number 2.
Second verse.
Second line.
Are you talking to me?
Third line.
All right. So the verse number 2 is a very beautiful verse again. And this verse is depicting.
Oh, the little kids there.
Can we all have the mic muted, please?
Mute karo.
What?
Muted.
Okay.
Mute your mic.
Mute it.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this verse, Mother Yashoda, you can see Mother Yashoda is chasing Krishna, right? So Mother Yashoda is chasing Krishna and Krishna is also running very fast. And in this verse, it is capturing the mood and what is happening. Satyavrata Muni is able to meditate on this verse and he is seeing Krishna. So in the verse number 2, so Krishna is very fearful because Mother Yashoda is chasing and there is a necklace around his neck which is marked with 3 lines of conch shell shaking. Krishna is very fearful. He's breathing very fast because he's running. And he's looking, his mother is having a stick in his hand. So Krishna is very fearful. And to this Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with rope, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. So Satyavrata Muni is praying to Sri Damodara. Sri Damodara means Krishna's another name is Sri Damodara. Damu, we already discussed. Damu means rope, Udara means belly. So Krishna's belly is tied with a rope, right? So that's why it's called Damodara. So today we will just memorize this second verse. So please all listen carefully, okay?
Okay.
So we will do line by line. First we'll do word by word. I will chant the word and you can all repeat after me, okay? All right. So Rudantam. So please say after me, Rudantam.
Rudantam.
Rudantam. Yeah, please unmute yourself and chant after me. Rudantam.
Rudantam.
Muhur.
Muhur.
Netra Yugmam.
Netra
Netra Yugmam.
Yugmam.
Mrujantam.
Mujantam.
Mrujantam.
Mujantam.
Karamboja Yugmena.
Karamboja Yugmena.
Karamboja Yugmena.
Karamboja Yugmena.
So Krishna and Balram, you have a question? Yeah, I see your hands up.
Before I can't unmute myself.
Yeah.
Okay, now I gave you permission. You can unmute. All of you can unmute.
Okay. Yeah, all of you can unmute now, okay? Yeah. So we'll start from the beginning. Rudantam Muhur Netra Yugma Mrujantam
Mrijantam
Karamboja
Karamboja
Yugmena
Yugmena
Tatanka Netram
Netram Maha
Muhuswasa
हमें नहीं खबर एक्चुअली लेकिन हम करते हैं
Swasa Kampatri
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 Rekanka Kanta
Excuse me, I have a question.
Rekanka Kanta Tita Graivam Tita Graivam Damodaram Damodaram Bhakti
I have a question. I have a question.
Gauram, yeah, go ahead, Gauram.
Damodaram Bhakti Badam.
I have a question.
So if
Yeah.
anybody have question, you can type in the chat because class is going on, right? You can type in.
I have a question and at the start I didn't get to a meal.
Yeah, Akshit, yeah, go ahead. What is your question?
My question is I didn't get to a meal.
The mail?
What you didn't?
Yeah, I didn't get to a meal.
What you didn't get? Sorry, we didn't understand.
I didn't get to a meal at the start.
तो एक सारा
When we were all singing the
Okay. Can you type in the chat, Akshit? Can you
No.
type in the chat?
So now you're able to
Keyboard.
Yeah, Akshit, go ahead. Now you're able to unmute, right? Now you can say, we will go one more time. Okay? We'll go one more time, okay? So, Damodaram
Damodaram Bhakti Badam.
Bhakti Badam. Okay, now we'll do line by line, okay?
I will actually.
Now we'll do line by line. Rudantam Muhur Netra Rujantam Karamboja Yugmena Satanka Netram Muhuswasa Kampatri Rekanta Kanta Tita Graivam Excellent. So now we are going to sing like a song. Okay, now we are going to sing like a song. So you all can, once I say the first line, just unmute yourself and sing like a song with a sweet voice. Okay. Rudantam Muhur Netra Yugmam Rujantam Rudantam Muhur Netra Yugmam Rujantam Karamboja Yugmena Satanka Netram परं भोजयुग्मेन सतान्तनेत्रम् Very good. Muhusvasakam patrirekangkakanta Muhusvasakam patrirekangkakanta Okay, the last line. Sita Graivam Damodaram Bhakti Bhadam. Okay, one more time, the last line, one more time. Sita Graivam Damodaram Bhakti Bhadam. Excellent, very nice, very nice. Everybody chanted very nice. So I would like one volunteer who want to read this translation.
Can I read, please?
How about
Can I
Manvi?
please? Can I please?
Can I read, please?
Yes.
Can I please read? I never got a chance.
Please.
Can I please read? I never got a chance.
Okay.
Manvi,
Everybody will get a chance. So, one by one.
okay, I will have one
Seeing
more.
the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls, and his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying to his supreme Lord Sir
Sri Damodara.
Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with woe, but his mother's pure love. I offer my humble
Obeisances.
obeisances.
Very good, very good. Thank you. We'll give opportunity to Harshini. Harshini, would you like to?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Seeing the wiping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his 2 lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with rope but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances.
Obeisances. Thank you,
Yeah.
Harshini. That was very nice. So due to short of time, we have the next activity lined up. So I will send the homework to memorize the verse number 2. Please take your time to memorize the verse, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I will. Wait, what about the peacock?
Yes, there is a next session is going to be peacock. Okay.
Oh, the next section is gonna be that. Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I have
Thank you, Sri Krishna Prabhu, for the wonderful verse, Damodara Ashtakam. So our next activity will be our presentation. It's about Narada Muni, and we have our Biraj Prabhu. Please mute yourself, all of you. We have our Biraj Prabhu to do the presentation. So go ahead, Biraj Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, everyone. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing really good. Today we're going to be talking about the transcendental spaceman, and I'll talk about the story behind this. So give me just 1 second.
Baba, कौन नारद
Uh, Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So today we're going to be talking about Narad Muni, the transcendental spaceman. First, we need to know who is Narada. Narad Muni is a Mahajana. There are 12 Mahajans. What are Mahajans? They're the authority, the greatest devotees of the Lord Krishna. Narad Muni is known as the best among the sages. But first, we need to look at how Narad Muni became such a great devotee of Lord Krishna. This takes us back to long, long ago when there was a Gandharva known as Upabarhana. Gandharvas are a type of celestial being in heaven who are beautiful and very skilled in singing. They live on their heavenly planet called Gandharva Loka. Now, this Gandharva named Upabarhana was very, very attractive. He was the most handsome out of all the Gandharvas. Because of this, everyone loved and respected him. He was very experted in decorating himself with garlands, sandalwood pulp, cosmetics, and ornaments. As you can see in this picture, he's adorned with many garlands, many different types of necklaces, jewelry, and gold. And because of his skills, he was very respected by all the Gandharvas in the heaven. One day, the residents of heaven organized a spiritual gathering to praise and chant about the Supreme Lord Krishna. Everyone was invited, Gandharvas, Apsaras, and all other devatas, the heavenly beings. Upabarhana was also invited to this event, and everyone was invited to take part in it. Upabarhana went for this spiritual event surrounded by many women. Unfortunately, instead of singing and chanting about Lord Krishna and the Supreme God Vishnu, he became intoxicated and he started singing silly songs and acting silly and saying bad things that were inappropriate for the time. The members of the festival became very, very upset with Upabarhana's bad behavior. The Prajapatis, who oversee the affairs of the universe, cursed him because of his bad behavior. They said, "You need to be punished for your misbehavior. May you become a low class person without any beauty." So, because of the curse from the Prajapatis, Upabarhana falls from heaven all the way down to earth. Because of his bad behavior, he was cursed to lose his beauty. He was no longer handsome, no longer attractive, no longer beautiful, and he took birth as the son of a maidservant. So, what is the lesson from this? Upabarhana's bad behavior caused him to be cursed by the Prajapatis because he was being bad and acting silly when you should be praising Lord Krishna. He was cursed by the Prajapatis and lost his beauty, and he fell from heaven. He lost his spot from heaven. So, he teaches us that we should always be humble and respectful. Humble and respectful behavior attracts blessings from saintly people. You are respectful and humble, then you will receive blessings from good people. The opposite of that, if you are proud and you have bad behavior, you will be cursed by these good people. Like Upabarhana, the Gandharva, was cursed by the Prajapatis. Behavior depends on our attitude. So we need to learn to have respectful and humble behavior around good people. So, now what happened to Upabarhana after he fell to earth from heaven? Would he get an opportunity to rise back? Let's see. As a result of the curse, Upabarhana took birth as the only son of a maidservant. The maidservant was very simple and poor and very uneducated. But she was lucky enough to get an opportunity to serve the Brahmanas. Brahmanas are the devotees of Lord Krishna. And the maidservant and her son lived in a Brahmana school. This maidservant did many things to serve the Brahmanas. She washed their clothes, she served them food, and she did this with her son. She had no other family, and Upabarhana had only this maidservant as her mother, as his mother. She bound him with a tie of great affection. The mother loved her son, very, very much. She wanted to give the boy everything he ever wanted, and to keep him proper and healthy. But because she was so poor, she couldn't do much for the child. After a little bit, some great sages came to the school. They were very smart and they were experts in the Vedic scriptures, all the books about the glorious lessons and tales about Lord Krishna. They were they had no sin. They were the pure devotees of the Lord Krishna. When they came to the Brahmana school, along with where the maidservant and her son lived, they stayed there for 4 months. In this time, the maidservant and her son served the sages in many ways. They decided to stay at that place during the rainy season. When the Bhakti Vedants were discussing the pastimes of Lord Krishna, this boy would sit there and listen attentively and hear them. Because he was always around these great sages, he would learn about Lord Krishna, and his love for Lord Krishna gradually increased. Because he was around these sages, he got many good qualities, and his love for Lord Krishna started to become born. Here, just as some diseases are contagious, bhakti is also contagious, but in a good way. Since this boy was always around these pure devotees, all good qualities started to come to him, and especially bhakti for Krishna. He was humble, he was disciplined, he respected his elders. The sages were very, very impressed and blessed this boy. This boy continually used his body to serve the Lord in many ways. His ignorance was washed away, and that once proud Gandharva became a very good devotee of Lord Krishna. Because of this, he became one of the best devotees of Lord Krishna. And although he was very young, he was a very young son of a maidservant and poor, he still became such a good devotee of Lord Krishna. Slowly, he became attracted to the path of bhakti and kept chanting Lord Krishna's name. People we are around shapes who we are. Being around good people makes us better, just like this boy was always around the great sages. So good association helps us to reach our goals. Now, something unexpected happens. During the monsoon and autumn season, where the boy developed love for Krishna, the great sages soon left the school where he lived, and the boy continued to live with his mother. He was overwhelmed with inspiration he had just received from all these great devotees. But one day, his mother went to milk a cow and went and left the house. This poor mother went out of the house in the evening, and while walking along the path, she touched a snake with her foot, and the snake bit her leg. Because of because of this bite, the boy lost his mother, his only caretaker on earth. The boy, however, was mature enough to realize that since his mother always served the great devotees of Lord Krishna, that Lord Krishna had a very special place waiting for his mother in heaven. Even in this tragic incident, he thought, the Lord is the supreme well-wisher of everyone. He loves his devotees more than anything. It's because of him in which I was put into this situation. So he decides to travel north. Because his mother always served all these great devotees, the Lord must have given her a good destination in heaven. and her son was now fully kept under the Lord's shelter. Although devotees sometimes face difficulties, like this boy who lost his mother, they always stay true to their devotion and love for Lord Krishna. Now, while walking north, this boy passed many mountains, many cities, many towns, many villages, farms, and many valleys. He passed beautiful gardens and rocky mountains. But because he was such a good devotee of Lord Krishna, he never stopped. He walked for miles and miles on end. And his love for Lord Krishna was his energy. He came upon lakes filled with beautiful lotus flowers, full of bees and singing birds. He also traveled through fearsome forests, scary with tigers and lions and more snakes. Still, he wasn't scared. He constantly thought of Lord Krishna, who burned away the fear from his heart. One day, he felt tired, and both from his body and both in his mind. He was thirsty and hungry from walking so long and so far. So he saw a river and decided to take a bath and drank some water. He was relieved from exhaustion. He sat under the shade of a tree, a big banyan tree, and he began to meditate on Lord Krishna with great love. He fully concentrated his mind on Lord Krishna and thought of him in his heart, as he was taught by the sages when they visited his school. While the boy meditated on Lord Krishna with lots of love and lots of emotion, tears fell from his eyes. Do you know why? Because the Supreme Lord Krishna appeared inside his heart. The boy could smell the fragrance of Lord Krishna's body. He could hear Lord Krishna's ankle bells and the beauty of Lord Krishna's face. He was so absorbed in joy and happiness, and he was covered in goosebumps. While in such bliss, he suddenly lost the vision of the Lord. He couldn't see Lord Krishna's beautiful face or smell him anymore, and he became sad that he couldn't see Lord Krishna's beautiful face anymore. He felt like he had lost the most beautiful treasure in the world. He kept trying again and again to see Lord Krishna like he had just seen him, but he couldn't see him anymore, and he became very, very sad. But Lord Krishna speaks to the boy. He said that, listen, in this body, in this material body, you can't see me anymore. I'm invisible to those who are still incomplete in service and who still have impurities. I showed myself to you once just to increase your desire, Lord Krishna tells the boy. By serving my devotees and even me for a few days, one attains much love and devotion for me. Lord Krishna tells the boy that the boy will soon join him in heaven by giving up his present body in this world. So the boy repeatedly keeps chanting Lord Krishna's name with much love and devotion. He travels all over the world, from north to south to east to west. He travels every corner of the world, and he becomes detached from any material things. And all he thinks about is Lord Krishna and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. One day, he quits this material body, and what happens to him next is amazing. In his next life, he becomes the great sage Narada Muni, a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. He becomes the son of Lord Brahma. When Lord Brahma is creating the universe, everything we know and everything we've ever known. And Narada Muni appears as the son of this creator. He was called Narada Muni because he was known as the best among the sages. The Lord gave him a musical instrument called the veena. And while playing that veena, Narada Muni travels wherever he wants in the universe, both in the spiritual world and the material world, singing about the Lord and spreading the path of bhakti. He chants, at once the Lord appears in his heart, as if called for by Narada Muni. Narada Muni becomes a great teacher of many devotee kings that you've all maybe heard of before, like Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj. Because of his love and devotion for Lord Krishna, he obtains such a high place in heaven once again. From being that drunk and silly acting Gandharva in heaven who fell to earth, but then he realized his true devotion for Lord Krishna. And when he passed away, he was reborn as Narada Muni, the greatest sage in the world. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Viraj Prabhu. It was a very wonderful class, really very nice. So I hope all of you understood and enjoyed the story. Now it's question and answer time. So if you have any questions, you can ask Viraj Prabhu, or Viraj Prabhu, you can also ask them some questions.
Okay, Mataji. So if anyone has any questions, they can ask. Otherwise, I'll be asking some questions from the story to make sure you guys heard what I said. All right.
So Akshat, what is your question? You can unmute yourself. You don't have, okay. Sri Charan, what is your question?
So my question is, why did Upabarhana not like Krishna from the spiritual event?
Okay, so it's not that Upa Barhana didn't like Krishna. Everyone who is in heaven got there because they had great love for Lord Krishna. But when everyone gathered around for an occasion to celebrate the Lord, instead of doing what he was supposed to by praising and chanting the Lord's name, he was acting silly and behaving badly in front of everyone. So because he was behaving so badly, he fell from earth and lost his position as a Gandharva in heaven.
But why would he act silly if it's Lord Krishna?
Because sometimes even the best of devotees lose their sight when chanting for the Lord Krishna. They get distracted by many things. And because he got distracted, he was sent down to earth.
Oh, okay.
Good question. Anyone else?
So anyone else have any questions? Okay, Tirtha, you have a question? Okay, you can unmute. Are you able to unmute? Yes, what is your question?
So how did he get his violin?
It's not a violin, it's called a bina. The instrument that, so after Narada Muni passed away, he was born as a celestial being. He was able to travel anywhere in the universe. And because of his great devotion, Lord Krishna, also known as Lord Vishnu, one of his avatars, gifted Narada Muni his bina.
Oh, okay.
So that's how he got it.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody else have any question? I don't see any. Okay, Ananya. Yes, Ananya.
So why did that boy who saw Krishna got reborn in heaven?
Because his love for Lord Krishna was so great that all he wanted to do was always be with Krishna. And when he saw Lord Krishna in his heart, Lord Krishna told him that after you become a pure devotee, you will join me in heaven. You will come with me and live in heaven. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Great
Okay.
question. Anyone else?
Nihira.
So when Ubarana was like what fell to earth and like was the son of the maidservant, like what was his name like as the boy?
I don't know what the name of the boy was, but with a little bit more research, I can get back to you with the answer to that. But for now, he was just known as the son of a maidservant.
Okay.
Okay, I think Akshit, yeah, you can unmute yourself, Akshit.
Okay, so my question is, what does intoxicated mean?
Intoxicated means when your mind isn't working, when your mind is distracted. It means when your mind is so distracted that you're acting silly and you're saying bad things and doing bad things.
Oh, what? Oh yeah, and
Uh,
wait, and I feel like in the story, I feel like does he change back or does he does he not change back so much that he not change back that he falls from heaven to earth like
So because he fell from heaven to earth because he was
yeah.
acting badly, but then he realizes that he should not have been acting like that. And he
Oh,
realizes that his true love for Lord Krishna.
what then? Oh yeah, if he was distracted, if his mind was distracted, then what distracted him? What or who distracted him or what?
He was distracted by the other people who were at the event. Instead of focusing on Lord Krishna, he was partying and being silly and acting like a fool when he should not be doing that around so many other people.
Oh, he thought it was a party, not for Lord Krishna.
Yeah.
He, oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Akshit.
Nice question.
Nice question. Who else? We will just go for two more questions and then we'll go to our next event. Arshin, you already had a chance. Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead.
So like how exactly did he get like distracted?
We don't have to go too much in detail about it because there's a lot of things we can get distracted. You can take, for example, like if you go outside watching movie, you can get distracted. Seeing, any malls, you can get distracted to buy some snacks. There's so many things, right? It's like uh, you just move out of the house. There's so many things to get distracted like that. He had a lot of things which was distracting him. He got distracted. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, there were so
Yeah.
many people at that event. He got distracted by all these people and didn't realize that he should be chanting about Lord Krishna.
Last question. Who wants to go for the last question? Is there anybody else? Let's see. Is there anybody else? So we're done. We don't have any more questions. Okay. Biraj Prabhu, you can ask one last question to all of them. Let's see how many of them were very attentive. So let's see who's
Okay.
answering the question.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. Okay. So now we're going to see who's been paying attention. I'm going to ask a question and let's see if you guys can answer correctly. So, what happened to the mother of the boy when she went out to milk cows?
Uh, Raji, yes.
He got bitten by a snake.
Yeah, that's correct.
Nice. Good job.
Good
Should I ask
job.
another one, Mataji?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So, what happened? So, okay, let me phrase it like this. So, how what happened when the maidservant and her son after I talked about them living in the Brahmana school, who came to the school soon after?
Manvik, I think Manvik. Where is Manvik? Um, Miti? Miti, you have the answer? Okay, Manvik is raising. Yes, Manvik.
Sages.
Sages.
Good job. That's the right answer.
Okay,
Nice.
very nice. Thank you, Biraj Prabhu, for the wonderful presentation, and thank you, kids, paying good attention, and you had very nice questions to ask him
Mataji,
too.
can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is a hard one, but I just talked about it, so let's see who can answer. This one is a hard one. So when the boy became Narada Muni, the great sage, what was the name of the instrument that Lord Vishnu gifted him?
Ditya. Can you unmute yourself? Yes. Can you unmute now?
The Veena.
Nice, good job. Bonus points for you.
I think that's the easiest question.
Oh, it was? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it was.
I thought most people wouldn't remember the specific name, so, oh, good job
Okay.
to everybody for paying attention.
Okay. Okay, we'll move to our next activity. Your favorite activity? What's our next activity? Peacock, making peacock. Okay, we have our Binayak Prabhu who's going to make us peacock. So thank you, Binayak Prabhu, for joining us. So yeah.
So, Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for giving me this opportunity to teach. So Mataji, can I share my screen?
Yes, sure.
कौन आप है सुन? Okay, kids, are you ready to learn how to make a paper peacock? So, does everyone have all the materials? So first, we're
Give
gonna
a thumbs
start.
up if you have all the material. Okay.
So, Mataji, can I start?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so first you should grab the blue piece of paper and draw this shape as shown on the picture. It should be about the size of maybe your hand. It shouldn't be too big, but it should be big enough for you to cut out. And give me a thumbs up when you're done. Oh. Leave the top open because we're going to add the head on there. And this is going to be the body of the peacock. Is everyone done with the first step? Put a thumbs up if you're done. Oh. Okay. Is everyone done with the first step? Put a thumbs up if you're done. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next step. Next, you're gonna draw the head as shown. It looks a little weird on this side because that's where the beak is gonna go. But since it's a different color, it won't be on the same page. That's why it looks a little weird. Those waves at the top of the head are the feathers. And just try to draw this as best as possible. But remember, don't draw it too small because you're gonna have to cut it out. I'll give you about a minute for this. Is everybody done with this step? Okay, I'll give you guys like another minute. Okay. Everybody ready to move on now? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So next, you're gonna want to cut it out. Try to get the edges and try to make it look as cut as close to the line as possible, and it should look like this. I'll give you a good amount of time for this because this is a pretty hard step.
If some of you don't have material like color papers, blue and green, you can just use plain white paper and later you can, color it and use it.
And if you don't have the materials at all, Mataji, are you recording this?
Yes.
Okay, then you can look at the video.
Yes, it's there in the YouTube, so you can later do it too.
Okay, is everyone almost done? Nope. Okay. Oh, excellent. Is everybody done almost? Put a thumbs up if you're done. Okay.
If it's little difficult for you, you can also take your parents' help.
It doesn't have to be perfect on some of the places. Just try to do it best.
Nice, Nihira. That's good. You already got it. Rasanya. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I can see so many of you. Manvik. Good job. Who else? Let's see. Raji. Yes, nice. Kartika. Yes, I can see yours.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next step now. If I could. Now you're gonna want to draw this on an orange sheet of paper. It should be small because this is gonna be the foot of the peacock. So it should be pretty small compared to it because the foot isn't the size of the body.
So whatever size you have done the body of the peacock, the before one is the body of the peacock, the blue one, right? So the leg needs to be really smaller than that. So you need to match and see, like, you know, the leg of the body needs to be really small. Yes, you can do it with that orange. Yes.
And if you see this rectangular
That's
piece right
good.
here, it should be full. It should be pretty long because we're gonna fold that later.
Yes, Arjun, what is your question? You can unmute.
So, like, what color do we use?
Orange.
Orange.
If you don't have, you can just use your white paper and color later.
This should be a pretty easy step, so I'm gonna give like 30 more seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move on now. Next, you're gonna want to, right after, you're gonna want to cut it out. Again, it should be pretty small, but the rectangular part up there, the leg, should be a bit bigger. And if you can't cut that small, you can always ask your parents for assistance. This shouldn't take too long, so I'm gonna give about 30 seconds again. Keeps going to the next step. Put a thumbs up if you finished cutting. Actually, it's probably not enough time. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you finish now. Okay, so most of you are finished. I'm gonna move on. So the next step, you're gonna want to take your orange paper and put the blue body on top of it. It should be around the middle of the orange paper. All you're gonna do on this step is just put the body on top of the orange paper. This should take like a second. Once you're done with that, on the next step, you're gonna take your pencil and draw the shape like that. That's gonna be the beak. We're putting on top of the orange paper because we want to see what size it is, so it looks good. Again, this shouldn't take too long, so I'm gonna give a few more seconds and then move on. So next, you're gonna move the blue body and then add a little rectangle to the end of the beak over here. This is a place where the glue will go so it stays in place. This again should not take too long, so I'm gonna give a few more seconds. Okay, so did everyone understand the directions? So after you're done with that, you're gonna want to cut it out, the whole thing, including the rectangle that you just added on. This is easy because it's just a small shape. And give me a thumbs up when you're finished. Cool. Okay, so I think most people are done, I think.
We'll just give a couple of seconds. I think
Okay,
some of them are still doing.
Okay, so I think everyone's done now. I'm gonna move on. So now you're gonna take the blue body again and put it on top of the green paper this time. Once again, place the blue body on top of the green paper. Next, you're gonna wanna draw this shape. This is gonna be the wing of the peacock. Make sure that it connects to the body. I'll give you a few seconds for that. And give me a thumbs up when you're done. I'll give you more time. So once you're done with that, you're gonna wanna make it a bit bigger on the bottom because that's again where the glue is gonna go. As you see, it looks a little weird down there. That's because that's where I'm gonna put the glue so it sticks. And again, you don't have to use glue. You can use tape or you can use a stapler with the help of your parents. I just personally like tape and glue because then you don't see the staple. Okay, so give me a thumbs up when you're done. I'll give you a few more seconds. There it is, so you can see it again. Okay, moving on. Now you're going to want to cut out the shape. Again, this is going to be our wing. A peacock is a bird, and birds usually have wings. And later on, we're going to design this wing, so it doesn't just look like a green piece of paper. I'll give you some time to cut it out. You can give me a thumbs up when you're done. Most of you are done, but I'll give you guys a few more seconds to finish. Okay, so I think most people are done. So I'm gonna move on. Now place the wing behind the body. It shouldn't take too long. After that, you can flip it around and see where the tape is and the wing is. You're gonna put the wing on top of it where you added extra paper onto it, and then tape it or glue it. I'll give you some time for this. And again, if you're using a stapler, please ask your parent for help. I like using tape because it was easier than glue and it didn't leave the staple like the stapler, but you can use whichever one. And then while you're at it, add the beak on through the up by the head. Do the same way by putting it a little behind the head. Mataji, could you explain this a bit better, because I don't know how to word it here.
Okay, so when you stick it, right, like the back side, when it's in the back side, the peacock, stick it like this. So, when you see in the front side, you can see it. Can you turn this peacock you have, Vinayak? Can you show the other side?
1 second, Mataji.
Yeah, so Rasanya, she has done it. That's perfect. Yeah, Jay, so this is, yes. Abhiram, yes, that's good. But I think you can make it a little more big, the green feather.
Okay, Mataji, here's the peacock.
Mm.
So,
yeah, okay. So like this. And most of you got it. I think many of them, they got it all.
Yeah.
Yes, Nihira, that's good. Looks good.
So if most people are done with that step, here is the next step. You're gonna take you're gonna attach the beak the same way. You just did. And tape the leg on the side, and make sure you fold it a little so it stands up like that. First, you're gonna tape the leg, and then you're gonna fold it in the middle so it looks like it's standing.
I think for some of them, they're taking some more time, but it's okay. Like if you can just know what is the steps, you can continue doing it after the class too, because we have some time, time frame. We have to complete it before that. That's why we are just a little bit rushing. We have this recording also, so don't panic. If you are stuck somewhere in the middle, you can see the recording and do it later.
Okay, so once you're done with that, take a black marker and put a dot where the eye is, and then 3 dots for the feathers at the top of the head. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 for the eyes, I just said. Let me see. Put a thumbs up once you're done. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next step now.
Vinayak,
Now
we can just wait 1 more minute. So
one more minute. Okay, Mataji.
Yeah. Yes, Nihera, that's good. Looks good. I think most of you got it already.
And if you're waiting for the next step, you can draw on the, the pattern on the wing like that. It should look like the scales of a fish.
Yeah. So this is
The way
on the feather. You can just draw like this on the feather.
And use the same black marker for that. Try to make sure that it doesn't get on the body. I think I messed up a little here and it got on the body. Try to make sure that it only stays on the green. Mataji, can I move on?
Yes.
Next, you're gonna want to take your green paper, your whole green paper. And has anyone ever made a paper fan before? You're gonna want to do something like that. You're gonna take your paper and then fold once on the front. It should be on the bottom like shown in the picture. This shouldn't take too long, so I'll give a few seconds and then move on. Make sure it's not too big because you have to make a few of these folds. Now you're gonna flip the page over and make a fold about the same size. It should look like that, so you don't see the last fold. And then you're gonna keep going. You flip, fold, flip, fold, flip, and then fold until the whole page is covered. If you have any left over that just doesn't fit on the fold, you can cut it off. This is a pretty hard step, but remember, it's supposed to look like a paper fan. Or this is how you would make a paper fan. I'll show the picture again in a little bit. I'll give you guys a lot of time for this one because this is one of the hardest steps. And if you don't understand how to do it, you can always ask your parents to help because I'm sure they've made a paper fan before. And this should be the end product once you're done. Don't worry if this takes you some time. Mataji, until what time do I have to finish?
Yeah, it's okay. You can take your time. That's fine. We
Okay,
have 10 more minutes, 10, 15 more minutes. I think almost we're done, right? This is our last step, right?
Almost, Mataji. There are 3 more steps.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. Are most of you done or close to being done? That looks good, Akshit. That looks good,
Okay,
Donovan.
Abhiram, Arjun,
Mhm.
Arsha.
All
Yeah, it's
looks good. I'm gonna move on now. Oh, so after that, once it looks like that, you're gonna want to fold it in half and staple the center. Or you could take a long piece of tape and wrap it around. As you know, in a paper fan, you have to fold it so it looks like a fan. This shouldn't take too long, so I'll give you a few seconds to move on. We're almost done.
I think the best thing is we can tape it, right? The stapler also, we cannot keep it in the middle. So maybe if we tape it,
Taping is the easiest.
Yeah, taping is best and easy.
So once you're done with that, you're gonna want to take, like, how to explain this. Let me take the staple off real quick. So let me show you. So once you have it like this, you're gonna take these two sides and then connect it here with either tape or a stapler or glue. I would use tape. So once it's like that, you're gonna want to connect it here, right in the middle here, so it stays together.
Yours is very small, your screen.
Let's see. Let me take off my back.
Okay. Yeah. If you stop sharing and show, yeah, now it's, yes, we can see your screen.
So again, you're gonna want to take this.
It's again back to small.
Okay, so that looks good, Adrit. Abhiram, you're gonna want to like make it into like a rectangle.
It looks good.
Abhiram, make it into
like
a rectangle, and then fold it in the middle. Mataji, could you help Abhiram a little?
Abhiram, where is Abhiram? Okay. Abhiram, like you have to do like a fan. Just one step this side, one step. So is there anybody to help you, Abhiram? You have to do like this.
So let me do something to help you guys. So here, now I think you guys can see me well, right?
Yes.
On this slide.
Yes.
Once you make the fan like that, you should fold it so it looks like this first, and then fold it in half. Once you're there, you're gonna put tape or staple in the middle. Once you're done with that, put it like this, and since like this, you can pick a side, and right here, you should put either tape or a staple so it stays together. Does everyone get it? Oh, that's way too far. Okay, that looks good, Sin. That looks good, Jai. One else. Orsha, that looks good. Rasagnia, you gotta put it in the middle, right here. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, and yeah, right there, and then tape it together, right there. Yeah. Donovan, almost there. Just gotta tape it now. Krishna and Balaram, that looks good. And I think most of you got it. Harshini, you got it. Just tape it there. Yeah. Akshit, do you have a question? Mataji, could you unmute Akshit?
Yeah. I think
he has
done.
a question. Oh, he's done?
Yes, Akshit.
Okay, so my question is, how do you glue How do you glue this to this? Like how?
I'll tell you the next step. We actually probably won't glue that.
You will just
Ananya, that's
insert
good.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel like the peacock is too small for this.
No,
The peacock is too what? The peacock is too small for this, I feel like.
If you see a peacock, the feathers are usually way bigger than its body. Kartika, that looks good.
Yeah, I saw peacock, I saw peacock, but I don't know how to glue it in like this.
Okay, so I think most of you are done. So now we're gonna move on to, that should be the last step. So once you do that, you see there's a gap in the middle. You're gonna want to put the back of the body in through this little gap here. And then once it's like that, it should be able to stand on its own. And that's it.
So do we have legs on the other side too, or it's just one
No,
leg?
Mataji, just one side.
Actually, if we have leg on the other side, I think it will stand. Otherwise, it might fall.
The leg really doesn't help it stand, Mataji. It's just the back part that helps it stand. Because I tried it with both legs and it didn't work standing.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't really add another leg. But if you put it in through here, it should stand. Because I made a few of these and all of them stood when I put it in here.
Okay.
It should be like that.
But if, yeah, like one time when I tried, like we had this, okay, we had two side legs. If that works for any of you, you can have two side leg
Yeah,
also.
you can always just make another leg and put it on the other side.
Yeah. One is working well and good. If one side leg is not working, you can have both side leg and you can have them.
Well, Mataji, that's the end.
Very nice, very nice. Actually, I know some of the kids are still doing it and they're taking time to do it. So we will have this recording. I will send this recording after the class. So if anybody didn't finish, you can see the recording and continue doing the peacock. So when you see the leg, you can a little bit pinch on the leg so it will stand.
Make a little fold.
Yeah, fold. So, same way you can have this. If you want, you can have the leg for other side also and pinch both the sides so it will stand. And you can keep this peacock as an offering to your deities because Krishna likes peacock a lot, right?
He has a feather in his hair.
Yeah, peacock feather. Yeah, wow. Our shirt's so nice. Yeah, the peacock is
Mataji,
nice.
I can't see all of theirs right now. Can they post it in the group chat so I can see them all?
Yes. Can all of you, when you're done, just take a picture and post in the group so we all can see your peacocks, okay? And just offer them to Krishna. Krishna will be very happy with all of you. Thank you, Binayak Prabhu. It's very nice. Peacock really came out very nice.
Thank
And
you,
it's easy, short, and sweet. And, Krishna likes it so much also. Thank you so much. I think all the kids also liked it, enjoyed making peacock. And we are in end of our class today. It's already 5:30. If you guys are still making it, continue making it. We'll send the recording. You can watch the recording and make it. And we'll meet tomorrow. Tomorrow, what we are going to do, we're going to make kulfi, right? So buy all the ingredients for gulfi. It's very simple. I'm just opening the chat, okay, if anybody wants to say something. Okay, yeah, you can unmute yourself if you want to talk.
Okay, I have a question. Are we doing Kahoot today?
No, we are not doing Kahoot because we just had a question.
Roger.
We're not doing Kahoot today. Tomorrow we'll be doing gulfi. So have avocado, 1 avocado, milk, 1 cup of milk, and little sugar, and you can have any type of mold. If you have a kulfi mold or ice cream mold, that's fine. If you don't have, you can use your just own cup or tumbler or whatever you have at home. And just an ice cream stick you can get in Walmart for $2.50 stick, like that. You can get like small stick, or any holder, anything, any holder you want. So it's very easy, simple, and very tasty item we're going to make tomorrow. I think you all are excited, right, for that?
Yep.
Okay, thank you all for participating in
Hare
your
Krishna.
second day.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Meet you all tomorrow.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
A different ingredient.
Hare Krishna.
Hi,
Hare
ma'am.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Uh,
Wait, can we bring a different like ingredient
Krishna.
instead of avocados?
Hare Krishna.
We can leave.
Hare Krishna.
Bye bye.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Bye. I did. Bye. Over there.
Wait, what? There's still people?
Keep reading. Bye. I'm leaving.